word remarkable is a great word to use there, because how do you differentiate yourself? How do you make your workplace remarkable? How do you make it dynamic, exciting, engaging? Have these employees come into the office, have them want to work at a particular area. And it's all about creating an event.
Becky, how is Moblz engaging tenants so they shed their PJs and return to the office?
Well, that's a great question. And just to give you a little context, I have been in the commercial real estate industry my entire career. Love this industry. It is so dynamic. And it's ever changing. So, even before COVID, the workforce was changing in such a way that people were wanting to have services at the office so that they could take care of their errands and have the whole weekend off to do what they wanted to do personally, just to have fun. And post-COVID, it's even more so because people have been working at home. They've got all the conveniences of home, but they want that in the office environment as well. And Moblz does make that so much easier for the talent management directors of our tenants to be able to coordinate events to create a very dynamic and exciting office workplace for people to be able to come back to the office.
So Moblz helps create an incentive to get workers back into the office.
It does, and that's so important to our tenants. Our tenants want the employees to come back to the office because, hey, you know what? They're going to work smarter. They're going to work better. They are going to be more productive. They're going to learn more if they're in an office environment. They're going to feel more of the company culture and be more engaged if they do come into the office. Look, hybrid's here to stay. We know that there's going to be a hybrid working environment forevermore, but and of course that depends on the industry. I have to put that caveat in there real quick, but the hybrid workforce is still going to be coming into the office. The employers want them there. The employees want to be back in the office as well, but they want to work someplace that's really exciting. It's all about location, right? Mm-hmm. Real estate's all about location. Mm-hmm. But it's also about amenities now more than ever because there are so many fewer employees now, in the employee pool to choose from. Our tenants want to choose the very best of the best. And how are they going to get the very best of the best to come to work for them? Well, if they have a really cool work environment, if they're in the best place in town, if they have the most amenities, if it's a really creative and dynamic and fun environment, the employees are going to want to work there rather than some other place that may otherwise be equal. They're going to that's going to tip the scales and they'll go work for those tenants. And guess what? As a building owner or manager, I want the tenants to come to my building and not down the street.
Right.
So I want to offer something that's going to drive them to the office.
Yeah, create some incentive that makes it fun and exciting.
Absolutely.
To return to the office, shed your PJs and get back into the office.
Yeah, you think about it. Someone working from home in their PJs is really in a silo. Mm-hmm. They're all by themselves. Mm-hmm. It's not even good for their mental health to be at home by themselves. They need to get back for many reasons.
Oh, great point. Yeah. Wow, Becky, it sounds like Moblz can do a lot of things.
Martin, I could go on all day about the different types of events that we offer to our customers. And for the audience, please do watch for another video that will be upcoming that will outline some of these for you to see.
Becky, I've been to Cars and Coffee in Morrisville, and it's an amazing event. I mean, incredible cars, thousands of people. I understand that Moblz is a strategic partner for Cars and Coffee.
Yes. It consistently brings in 7,000 people every month.
Well, Becky, with that many people coming to that area on a Saturday, what's the impact in the area?
It is crazy, Martin. There are so many people that come in the first Saturday of every month. It is the sales for this mixed-use park, all of the tenants that are in the park that are open on the weekends, they get a week's worth of business just on one day. It is. And really, it's just for a few hours because it's really more just in the morning. But it's it's a great venue. It's the largest Cars and Coffee in the Southeast, and we do partner with other car events as well.
Now, I understand that food is a big part of Cars and Coffee.
Yes, yeah. It's a great way for a family to spend the day or spend the morning. I mean, you can bring your family, you can bring your dog, you can bring, your date, whatever, and get some breakfast to walk around and look at Ferraris and Lamborghinis or classic cars. And yeah, it's a great event. Even if there is a fixed use, cafe in the office park, they do enormous business as well. It's not a competition at all. Instead, they have even more business than they would have if they did not have an event such as a Moblz event in their park.
Right. And I've actually eaten from the food trucks there. So food trucks are a big part of
A
Cars
big
and
part. They're a big part of that. Food and also other, not some services, also sales. Any kind of vendors. We're real big in supporting the local economy.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. So Becky, this all sounds amazing. How do you pitch Moblz to a building owner or a building manager?
Well, it's really pretty easy because Moblz takes all the stress out of the manager's life. As I mentioned earlier, the manager has so much work that they have to do, but there's so many things that a manager has to think about. So, for example, they've got to think about, are the vendors that are coming onto their property properly insured? Are they going to be parked where they need to be parking? Instead of, are they blocking up other, parking spaces so the tenants can't get in and out of the building? Are they blocking up a delivery area? I mean, there's so many things that the managers have to be thinking about that a lot of people don't think about unless you're a property manager. And we take care of all of that. We take care of the communication with your tenants. We let them know who's coming to the building and when they're going to be there and what the menu's going to be. The app is so great. Very few employees don't elect to download the app because when they're at home in the morning, they want to know, okay, what trucks, what food is going to be there during the day, and when can they get other services handled? When can they get their bicycle repaired and bring their bike into work to do that? Or when can they get their golf clubs repaired and bring, the golf clubs in to do that? So as an example of some of the other services. So the app is usually downloaded by the employees and they know what's happening at the park.
So kind of Moblz to the rescue kind of thing.
Moblz to the rescue, and guess what? The tenants are notified through the app. So no one gets upset because they didn't get to get their lobster roll that day. Now they get to get a Philly cheesesteak if they want it.
Right.
I mean, it's just as everything's automated that, it's a great automation tool and notification tool. COIs, alternates, I'm just trying to think, location, we've tried to think of everything that managers need to think of.
Well, that was why you were such a critical part of the creation of Moblz, because you know commercial real estate so well.
That's right. And rules and regs too. Managers have building rules and regs. Well, now managers need parking lot rules and regs because there are things that may happen in a parking lot that may not happen in their building. An example is, are your vendors going to be making sure that they've chopped their wheels so that they're not, the vehicle won't roll?
Right.
Are they going to make sure if they are a truck that has a generator, that if the fuel should run out, they have to have the generator off before they refuel? I mean, there are things that are different about running a parking lot than there would be if you're running a building.
If you're catering an event inside the building, it's different when you have food trucks out on your parking lot and that's where the events are happening.
That's right. And think about how much more value there is to your asphalt now than there ever was before. I mean, how much has your asphalt really been utilized in the past, and your turf? There's many events that happen on grassy areas. Well, you might have, just to give an example, you might have a yoga class, an outdoor yoga class on your greenway, right, on your green area. So more of your actual built environment and physical environment is being utilized now than ever has been utilized before.
Oh, that's fascinating. So now, as a commercial real estate person, you're actually thinking about kind of the whole idea the whole Megillah
Yeah.
as opposed to just the office.
Yes, absolutely. And think about how much more value per square foot that is now.
Yeah.
Which, of course, we talk about square feet. So,
Well, value per square foot. I imagine that's something that's big in your industry.
oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, that's great. Thanks, Becky.
Yeah.
So, Becky, one of the things I hear you saying is that events are really important to kind of make a building remarkable.
Oh, I love that word, remarkable. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's all about differentiating yourself. I mean, going back to our tenants are trying to find the very best employees. The employees want to work at the very best place to work. There's got to be a marriage there. The building owners and managers want to recruit tenants to their buildings. The truck operators want to be in a very viable park where they make business,
Right.
and that means you've got to have employees for them. It's very cyclical. I don't know if you.
Yeah.
It's very cyclical, and one feeds off to another, and there's a lot of inertia there because the more all of that works, the more win-win it is for everyone. So going back to how do I sell to managers, the word remarkable is a great word to use there because how do you differentiate yourself? How do you make your workplace remarkable? How do you make it dynamic, exciting, engaging? Have these employees come into the office, have them want to work at a particular area. And it's all about creating an event, having an atmosphere that is fun and exciting, and there are always things happening. And, you know, it's not like, you know, back in the day, you know, managers started getting food trucks to their buildings. Well, all right, check, you've taken care of that box. That's not what this is all about. This is about so much more than food trucks. Yes, food drives people, but that is just the beginning. That's the foundation of where you build from there to start building a real event. And that's where you start having all these other things happening that make it a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. That sounds amazing. And so an event is like you were saying. You know, I've been at office events where everybody just kind of brings in pizza, and that can get old kind of fast. And that's probably not a reason to throw your PJs away and come to the office.
Yeah.
So what I hear you saying is that Moblz helps building managers and building owners make their building remarkable.
It does, and you want. I think the employees want to see an element of community service. Mm-hmm. They want to see an element of something in it for them, you know, that makes it fun for them. Mm-hmm. The employers want to make sure that they have their employees engaged. So you want to have something that's team building. You want to have something, you know, maybe a blood drive, for example, for community service, or, you know, there's so many other things you can do too for community service. But you know, there are things like that we can build, and we create an event. And guess what? The managers don't have to do it. We've got the network. We've been putting this together for a long time. We know what works. And we've got somebody on site to make sure things are working properly. And so the manager can just say, "Okay, we've got Moblz over there. Moblz to the rescue.
Moblz
They're taking
to the
care
rescue.
of it.
I like that.
I can just, you know, sit here and do my reports today."
That's great. Now, one of the things I really liked about the idea that you created is the kind of interdependency of the three groups. You've got building managers and owners, and you've got foodies and food trucks, mm-hmm. and they all kind of help each other. Can you kind of speak to that a little bit?
Sure. Right. So it is very cyclical. It's just amazing how, and it's got to be a lot more than just food, but it's amazing how it all really works, where the employees, the trucks want to be where there are employees. The employees want to be where there are events and cool things happening. And they work for the employers, and the employers want to be where there are events. So mm-hmm. that's how it really does circle around each other.
Every piece of that triangle mm-hmm. kind of helps each other.
That's right.
Kind of unknowingly. Becky, this has been an incredible Moblz magazine, and thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe this video.